and the Trevians meet here in the second time. And leading off for the Wildkits, Ross Donnan. No, wait a minute. Let me make sure I got that right number. We're all set to go. First pitch on the way. It is Donnan. Takes a pitch low and outside the ball. On the mound today, Trey Frailer for the Trevians. New Trier off to a fast start, as expected. Now the delivery. That's low at the knees and a strike. We're here at Duke Childs. Actually, our first game of the season here at Duke Childs. That's a strike. Weather has wreaked havoc on our schedule. Ground ball. Picked up by Gardner. Over to Rusky in time. 6-3 on the putout, and there's one away. That's Spellman in left. Franklin in center. That's a pitch high ball. Here's Rob Rashid, and he fouls one off. That's Danny Pritz in right. Well, outside the ball. Lashmid at third. Gardner at short. Yeah, strike. Mac Murphy at second. Matt Rusky at first. Battery of Frailer and T.J. O'Donnell. Foul ball. There's a bunt in the air. And that's strike three. And he's out. You consider that actually a strikeout. Here's Nick Boyer. There's a strike. Swing and a miss, strike three, and a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go to the bottom half of the first. And no score. Here at the home of the Trevians. Spellman leads it off, takes a pitch low and outside the ball. Steven Spellman. And a strike. And the counting was up at 1-1 to the Trevians left fielder. And he gets hit by the pitch. So Spellman aboard. And there's Mac Murphy. He has fulfilled his job very well as the number 2 batter in the Trevian lineup. Again, we're shooting through the screen, so yeah, you'll see a couple of those during the course of the game. Throw the first runner back. Spellman is a base stealing threat. Outfield playing straight away and somewhat shallow. I assume they think that the weather being what it is, fly ball caught by the left fielder, and Spellman Back. Here's Sam Franklin. There goes the runner. There goes the throw. Not in time. Stolen base for Spellman. Now they look in. The pitch, outside ball, I think. I think that's what the signal was. Make it a strike. Time called. Now we're ready. Swing and a one bouncer. Second baseman has it. 4-3 on the putout. On the play over to third goes Spellman. And here's Chris Lashmet. There's a strike. Well, finally getting a few games into my scorebook here. The delivery, little foul tip. Well, it wouldn't be so bad, but the wind coming in from the north. Outside, and he did go. Strike three. In the inning, no runs, no hits. A hit batter and a man left at the end of one, no score, and we'll be back with more. Top of the second inning. No score between the Trevians and the Wildkits. And Frailer rather, delivers. There's a strike. David Baskin, the batter. There's a fly ball, foul, off to the right. A windshield whacker. Now the delivery. That's a ball. Swing and a miss, strike three, and there's one away. Here's Eliezer Oberman. Takes the ball. Facing Frailer, and he sends a fly ball on the giddy up, and nope, can't get it off the glove of, they call him a safe on the double. They scored that as a hit, but I'd be almost tempted to call that an error on Spellman out there. That's a ball. Cullen Sally, the batter. Runner with the lead. There's a high fly ball. Drifting over, wind's got a hold of a little bit. Taken by Franklin. We're out number two. Here's John Wagner. The batter. Takes a strike. Strike one. Ground ball right at Lashmet. 5-3 on the putout and the inning over. No runs, a hit. No errors. And a man left. Here's Gardner. Ben Gardner, the shortstop, takes a strike. Strike one. The pitch, swing and a ground ball. Third baseman has it. Long throw in time. I think they may have gotten him on the tag, but in any case, he's out. Here's Will Nail. That's a ball. The pitch, swing and a long fly ball, right field, back it goes, back and gone, a home run for Neal. Again, taking it to the opposite field and out of here. Here's Danny Pritz. And Trevians later 1-0. On the home run by Will Nail. And boy, he has been on fire. He has really been pounding that ball out of here. That's a ball. Wow. He got a hold of that thing and sent it deep. Here's a bunt. Tough play. Picked up, throw, not in time. A little bunt single for Danny Pritz. Throw to first, runner back. Here's Matt Rusky. Takes a strike. Throw to first, runner back again. Swinging a high fly ball on the giddy up. Center fielder goes over, but it ended up being blown over to the right fielder for the out, 2 down. And here's T.J. O'Donnell. There goes the runner. There goes the throw. Nope. And actually, that's a stolen base. He started off before that ball got away. That's a ball. And I think the catcher misplayed the ball because he watched that runner take off. Lots of times that's what players do. They take their quote-unquote eye off the ball. What they're doing is anticipating something, trying to think ahead of what they're going to do before the ball gets to them. It happens quite frequently at the Keystone combination, and then happens again behind the plate quite often. There's a strike. Whoa! TJ thought it was outside. Don't show up the catcher, TJ. So O'Donnell bats. Here's a pop-up foul back. Got a play. Windshield whacker. next week here on the network. A lot of baseball action. Trevians play Waukegan in the home series. And Stevenson and Highland Park. And one of the crossovers. Throw to first. Taken to first for the out and the inning. But the Trevians come up with 1 run on 2 hits and a man left. At the end of 2, the Trevians lead it 1-0. We'll be back. The 3rd inning of this one, and the Trevians leading it 1-0 on the home run by Will Neal. Leading it off for the Wildkits at the plate. Is a mystery number. Had one in the first game and between these two teams. Have one now. That's a ball. Frailer into the windup. There's a strike. One thing about new Trier pitchers this year is they're big and can overpower a lot of hitters. And ball 4. Leadoff walk. And a foul ball back behind us. Volker, the batter. Go to first, runner back. So runner aboard. Nobody out. Top half of the 3rd. Throw to first, runner back in time. Again, we have to mention that we do shoot through the screen here. Again, the throw to first, and again, the runner back. Here's a strike. Now the delivery, swinging a ground ball, slow roller, step on the bag, throw to first in time. Lost that one. But the inning over. Okay. Foul ball back. Here's Spellman. So Spellman down in the count. Now the delivery. Swinging a ground ball, slow roller, going to get through for the base hit. Single to left, and Spellman aboard, and here's Mac Murphy. There goes the runner, high fly ball, center fielder drifting over. And takes it for the out. One away. And here's Franklin. There goes the runner. There goes the throw. Safe. Stolen base. Could almost call that an error, too. Will be kind. And gives Spellman the stolen base. Low and outside a ball. Third stolen base of the game for the Trevians. Second by Spellman. Has him in scoring position with one out. That's a ball, low and inside. Chris Lashmet on deck. Trevians, did I? Yeah, I did say. Next week in real time. There's a strike. Not that much time left now to the regular season before we get to the playoffs. They begin the end of May. Now the delivery. Low and outside a ball. And Franklin draws the walk. So 2 on with 1 out for Lashmet. Cleanup hitter for the Trevians. 6'5" third baseman. That's a ball. They look in. There goes the runner. There goes the throw, not in time. Another stolen base for Spellman. Score that as a double steal because Franklin went over as well. A double steal for the Trevs. 3 stolen bases in the inning. And Lashman has 2 in scoring position here. Swing and a miss, strike. Been talking about it a lot with the press people around. In this year, it appears there's a lot of real good teams, or a couple of real good teams, and a lot of really bad teams. And almost like there's nothing in the middle. Swing and a miss. Strike.
Come on, lads.
Now the look in. Set to the inside. Little ground ball takes a funny bounce off the pitcher. Everybody going to be safe on the error. On the slow roller that pitcher couldn't field. Here's Gardner. That's a ball. So Trevians have runners at the corners with 1 out. Another run in. That's low ball. Lashmet at first. Franklin at third. And thought the throw, nowhere to throw it. Everybody was standing on the base, so hold on. Mark Isaacson on the mound for the Wildkits. Strike to Ben Gardner on the outside corner. Belt high, look like. There goes the runner. Strike. And a uncontested stolen base for Lashmet. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Gardner gone. And here's Will Neal. He parked one out of here his last time up. Over the right field fence. Low and outside a ball. Another one fouled back off the end of the bat. Isaacson looks around, delivery, and got away. That'll score a run on the wild pitch. Move Lashman over to third. And 2 runs in the inning. High pop-up. And taken by the catcher in foul territory for out number 3 to end the inning. But the Trevians did do a little more damage and now lead it 3-0 as we go to the 4th, and we'll be back. 4th inning here, and the Trevians leading it 3-0 over the Evanston Wildkits. Rashid hits a fly ball, but right at Spellman. That's out number 1. 1 up, 1 down. Here's Boyer. He takes a strike on the outside corner. Basket on deck. That's a ball outside. Trey Frailer on the mound. Swing and a miss, strike. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits. Frailer delivers, line shot. Back up the middle for the base hit. Second hit of the ball game for the Wildcats, and here's Baskin. That's low ball, ball 1. Here's a ground ball, slow roller, Gardner. Whoa! They're going to turn in the double play before getting the ball, and ball didn't come up for him quite as much as he thought it was going to. There's a strike. There's Eliezer Oberman. So the Wildcats have a little something going, 2 on. 1 out. Top of the 4th inning. Swing and a miss, strike. That's a low ball. And they got the runner caught in a rundown. Got him. And the double play. Drop third strike. You can't go. So double play. Strike him out. Throw him out. And some bad base running. There's a strike. takes the Wildkits out of the inning. So here's Prince. There's a long fly ball back, and nope, can't get it up against the fence, and Prince will go into second with the double. And here's Matt Ruskey. He flew out to center last time up. Prince with the lead. Shorten the bunt. Throw out there. And Prince back in time. So Mark Isaacson on the mound. Leadoff runner aboard in scoring position. Here in the bottom of the fourth. Time called. Ruskey steps out. There's Danny. Right fielder for the Trevians. That's a ball. Catcher had a little trouble finding it, but Prince wasn't going anywhere. There's a bunt, and it is a beauty. Pick up the throw, and they threw it away. And down the line that ball goes. They still haven't found it out there, raising their hands that they can't find the ball. And coming home is Ruskey with an error inside the park home run. The ball was there. They just didn't look for it in the proper place. That is a 4-base error and 2 runs home. Here's O'Donnell. There's a high pop-up. Foul territory. Wind getting a hold of it. Takes it out of bounds. Set to the outside. Pitch is out there, ball. T.J. O'Donnell. That's a ball. The ball was actually about 15 feet in that on that Ruskey inside the park error round the bases. About 15 feet further down the line than the Evanston fielders went looking for it. So actually you call that a single and an error. Go to first. And TJ back, hit by a pitch. And a board out there. There goes the runner. There goes the throw. And again, safe with the stolen base. Pinch runner out there. They throw out there and throw it away. Another error. And over to third goes Hall. Running for O'Donnell. Third error of the game, second error of the inning. He has a runner at third with nobody out. And strike. Runner at third. And ball 4. Murphy draws the walk. Throw to first, runner back. There goes the runner. And they'll concede. Double steal. Concede second. And the double steal brings home another run. That's a ball low and inside. Here's Franklin, 1 out. And 3 runs in here. So Sammy Batch, he walked his last time up. Stole a base, came home to score. Two balls and a strike on Franklin. Murphy with the leadoff second. Swinging a ground ball. Third baseman has it. Long throw in time. 5-3 on the putout. On the play over to third goes Murphy. And here is Chris Lashmet. He was safe on an error last time up. Slow ground ball. Short second baseman. Nope. And they call that another error. And they run home. And makes 4 in the inning. And it is 7-0. 2 out. Here's Gardner. There's a strike. Bottom of the 4th. And Gardner hit by a pitch. That's the second hit batter of the inning. And Trevians have 2 aboard here. And Will Neal, 9th man to bat in the inning. And the ball gets away, and the runners advance on up. So Lashman at third, Gardner at second. That's a ball.
Good idea.
You know, Trevians appear to be loaded this year with talent. Swinging a ground ball. Third baseman has it. Long throw and safe on the error. And another run home. It's 4 errors in the inning. Here's Pritz for the second time. Pitch flowing outside. And in games like this, you wonder, you know, is it a good team? Is it the fact that New Trier is such a great team, or that Evanston just giving the game away? Swinging a long fly ball down the line and foul. Down in the corner, out in the street, Willie and the Puma. There's a long fly ball on the giddy up. Going to drop in for the base hit. And Neal into third. And Pritz into second. A second double of the ball game for him. And another run home. And here's Rusky. 11th man to bat in the inning. Ball gets away, and coming home to score is Neal. And Pritz over to third. 7th run to score in the inning. Low and outside the ball. New pitcher on, by the way. Been on for a little bit here. Ferguson now on. They look to third. That's a ball outside. Ball 4, and Rusky draws the walk. Here's T.J. O'Donnell. Is that Hodemeyer running out over there at third? I think so. It's a ball. Not sure about that. Runners at the corners. That's a strike. That's a ball to TJ. Steven Spellman on deck. Low and outside a ball. There's a high pop-up. Second baseman, Whitten got a hold of it. Drops in for the base hit. And another run home. Here is Hardemeyer. You see the wind factor in that last one. Another run in for the Trevs. Eight runs in. Hodemeyer line shot down the line. That's going to score another run. And into third goes Hall, running for O'Donnell. That's the ball. As Napoleon batting. That's a ball low and outside. To Dylan Napoleon batting here. There's a fly ball. Right center fielder just over and takes it for the out. The end of the inning. But the Trevians do a lot of damage. And lead this by slaughter rule as we go to the 5th inning. We'll be back. Well, the Trevians leading this one 12-0 as we go to the top of the 5th inning. So this is last bats for the Evanston Wildkits, unless they can score at least 2 runs. Well, no, they have to score 3 to get it under the 10-run slaughter rule. Tommy Harvey now catching. It's a strike. Sally and Wagner on deck. Sally batting. That's a ball. Going outside. There's a high fly ball, a little pop-up. Gardner takes it for the out. Out number 1. That's a ball. John Wagner, the batter. 1 out. And another one skied. Foul territory. Lashman waits. Takes it for the out. 2 down. Will Grodzicki batting. Yeah, a slow ground ball. This should be the ball game. Up, throwing, 6-3 on the putout, and the ball game all over. We'll be back in just a moment to wrap this one up. And the final word for the new Trier Trevians, 12 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. They were struck out 3 times. They were walked 3 times. Trevians left 6 on base, 8 stolen bases for the Trevians today. For the Evanston Wildkits, no runs on 2 hits, 5 errors. They were struck out 3 times, walked once, and left 2 on base. So for all of us here at the network, hope you've enjoyed this one, and we say as always, so long, everybody.